Got Asmongold on here. All right, or Zach Rohr. I always watch him. He comes on like half an hour before I come on every day. He's a good. He streams real reliably. And then I watch Zach for a while before my stream. How's everyone doing? It's Monday. There's going to be a Monday stream today. Who knew? Welcome to Monday. Mondays are the best. What are we going to do today? I don't know. Pretty much the regular stuff. First half of the show is going to be me flying around Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 today using the magical blue Bluetooth controller and the frosty, icy glass of Diet Coke right there. Yes, it is. I'm going to miss that show, too. I guess I could watch the reruns. What we do in the shadows, of course. Oh my God, I'm like a vampire, except I don't drink blood. I drink the Diet Coke. And anyway, all right. So what are we going to do today? Right, we're going to go back to Brazil. Look, it is what it is. I want to see these things. There's more stuff to see. There's at least 4 or 5 more things to see. I got 3 lined up for us to try to see today. That's the first half of the show. Second half of the show, and today's show is going to be roughly an hour and a half long. They're not these 2-hour shows I could do on the weekends. I got to get back to work. Basically, I'm taking a work break here in between. So there's work earlier, and then I do this, and then work later. You know what I mean? It's not a big deal. I mean, software engineering, you're sitting on your ass, and, writing software code. It's not that stressful or anything. It's kind of fun, actually. So I kind of look forward to it. But I also look forward to taking my break, getting a little flying done, flying around, checking out some of these sites, and seeing. Hello, my goodness! Notifications are so loud. I love it. Thanks for coming by, dropping in 19 months. Honestly, there are many, many streamers in this business who have never had a 19-month-long streamer who have a much larger audience than me. So I appreciate that. While I don't have a large audience, I think I have a very loyal one, and not just you, of course, but you're the most loyal. But other people too. I think they kind of get off on they get it. It is what it is. It's content. It's kind of predictable. I stream at the same time. You get it what it is. It's the kind of people like you and me who like somebody who streams very regularly at a regular time, very ordered. All right, let's switch over to the game. There it is, the opening book. But it is great to see you. Here's the opening book. Now, I've got 3 things listed here. We can see them in any order, but I do want to get to all 3 of these things. Because, hey, that's our content. And we're going to pick a plane too. All right, so let's pick, I'll tell you what they are first. One is called Das Palmas Beach. The Palms Beach. I don't know, but it should be fine, easy to find. The other one, I don't really know how to pronounce it. It's some kind of, we'll figure it out. It's, and then the third one is called the Cathedral of Moringa. It's in a city. It's very modern looking. So let's get to it. The first one I'm very interested in is Das Palmas Beach, because we don't normally see a beach as Das Palmas Beach as a point of interest. Beach. Is it here? Yeah. So there's one issue there, which is I definitely wrote it down. Is that it's not necessarily going to help us find some of these areas. I spelled it right? Maybe it's just Palmas. So it gives us some areas there. Yeah, I think when they say Palmas Beach, they're just referring to a beach. But this is the area, right? The problem is it's big. So, well, let's just see if there's an obvious place where there's going to be a beach. Yeah, like this doesn't look like a place where there's going to be a beach. So I'm already okay. We might already have to eject this one. Das Palmas. Yeah, there's nothing there. And then Palmas gives us it's like Palm. It's not a very specific location. What is this one here? Is this on a beach? Also in the middle of a non-beach beachy looking area. And then again, it's definitely an ocean beach because I could show you on the little video it gave us. Let me just look and see if I can find any beach that would be a beach. There's so many of these little things here. Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's try something the next one. Okay. Hopefully we'll have better luck here. But I'm sure there's a way to research this. I just don't know what it is. And sometimes it's let's try this one. Start typing this in. Yeah, see, in this case, you start typing it in and it provides you with exactly what I wanted, which is the location of a point of interest. Because otherwise we are not going to find it. So I click on it and set as arrival. Okay. And that, great zoom in. But now we can find a nearby airport and be sure that we won't miss it. I don't know if we've flown around this area, so again, it'll be fun, but I don't want to fly too far. How big are these little strips here? That is pretty decent size looking. Okay, right there. Oh, Sirius particle accelerator. So there's another thing to see. What does a particle accelerator look like? This could be interesting. All right, we're going to take off from here. Wait, what this? Okay, there's a bunch of things to see. Hopefully we'll see these. We're going to take off from here. That's a bigger, no, that's a helipad. What about this one? Okay, nope. That's what we're going to take off. All right. So, and we're going to look for several different points of interest. Hopefully we can see them. And we've been flying the Optica a bunch. Very nice, but don't have to fly it every single time. I would like to see if we can cold start the V-35 Bonanza. A fantastic plane. But I think it's working in 2025, 2024. We're going to have to find out. Pretty sure it is. We got the identification set up. Livery choices, there's a bunch of really good ones. Like chrome red. And there's another chrome, like a chrome green. We'll do the chrome green. It's really cool looking in the air. All right. Okay. Well, we're going to have to see how this goes. So we're going to start this plane on the ramp and, see if we cold start it. But again, I have a good feeling about this flight. We're going to see a bunch of hopefully different things. And at the very least, we'll find the one thing that's listed, which is this Moinho Povos Unidos. But I don't know what it is. That's fine. We're here. By the way, how you doing, Sam? EGGD. Is that in England? I'm not sure where that. Maybe we're doing. By the way, thanks for tuning in on the YouTube. So every now and then I look over to look at the chat there. We're doing the South America update, which just came out 3 weeks ago, and for me that's fresh. So there's all this content that we potentially have. Hello, hopefully it will come over. There we go, and it even come. Oh, it's a beautiful day. This is originally a 2020 aircraft. We don't have to worry about pulling the chocks off or taking anything off. It's just a beautiful plane. We just want to take a quick look at it. Gorgeous. Got that V-tail, the Bonanza. Kinch 9er. Oh, let's get inside and light her up if we can. We're going to do our best. By the way, here, everyone, cheers, Diet Coke. Hope you're enjoying a Diet Coke like I am. I'm only mildly addicted. Okay, we got a Big Mac window over there. We got our flight yoke here. I'm going to turn this off. That'll help us find some switches. For example, the battery on... let's see. We're going to wait to turn the alternator. Oh, no, the alternator has to go on now. It's not a generator. Beacon lights you should put on because that tells people outside the plane that you're going to start it up. All right. These things should work. They do. Okay, so I can set my mixture to full, throttle to cracked, and then this is the propeller ratio, I think ratio or whatever. I don't think that matters for startup, but we're going to set it about halfway. And then the fuel valve is down here and is currently on left. That's fine. I think we can start up the engine, so we can start the rest of the electrical systems. Beauty. I do enjoy this plane. It's not so hard to deal with. All right, there's a avionics master there. We're gonna get that booted up. We're gonna turn on some of our exterior lighting systems. Taxi lights, why not? Landing lights, no. Let's see, parking brake is on. can start bringing that's all good. Plane is working perfectly. What are these little things? Oh, inoperatives. Very good. Landing gear. I'm just, again, getting used to stuff. Oh, yeah, this thing here. All right, that's a fuel display. This is your DME. So we turn it on. No. I don't know what that is. Okay, all right, that's an altitude alarm. We don't usually use those. That's fine. All right, I think our radio's on, so we can call for an exit. Yeah, maybe it was Las Palmas. I wrote down Dos Palmas for a reason. Maybe we'll look. That's a good thing to check later though. But we're gonna find out the things first. I might check the Las Palmas idea. Taxi to wherever we're going.
Sierra Delta Alpha Mike Traffic KNSH 9er is taxiing to runway tree 4.
Let's see, parking brake is off. Put a little power on there. We should start moving. Everything seems to be working as far as turning the plane. That's what it's like from here. We just cut that guy into a million pieces. That's fine. It's all virtual. Let's see, what's the weather like? Oh, you can see the windsock is calm down there. That one right there. Nice. We don't have to worry about heavy crosswinds. And okay. For some reason it wants us to go all the way down there, but this is the beginning of the runway. It's plenty of runway for this little plane. We're gonna take off, and fortunately, again, I have a navigation being yeah. I wrote down Dos Palmas, but I think I may have wrote it down wrong. So let me figure that out after this flight. It's happened. I wrote down the other things right, and we have another one, which is going to be cool. The Cathedral of Moringa. The other. Oh, stop. Not watching what I'm doing. Hello. Fly the plane. Don't read stuff. Cathedral of Moringa, which is another one of these modern style buildings, and I think it's in a major city, which will be cool. Go on. All right, hold on. Did I get stuck somewhere? Very good. Am I mired? I mean, I'm flat ground here. Okay, give us more power. And there we go. We should be able to take off from here. Straight out to the sun. Beautiful day though. I have the current weather and time turned on. We should be able to come here. Okay. Now, before we do anything, I do want to set my trim. There we go. A little trim. Pause. That's too much. Pause. So trim. For some reason, it's not letting me announce my takeoff intentions. I don't care. We're just going to take off because we're here at the runway, and normally that should come up, but we're fine. All right, so we're just going to fly. Okay, windows are closed. There. Everything is clear. We're going to get up here and then basically push everything to the firewall. There we go. Now it's takeoff. There we go. There we go. That's fine. We already took off basically, but it's one of those airports.
Taking off runway tree 4 departing straight out.
We're actually on the other one. Oh, runway 34. Okay. Anyway, yeah. Keep it down. Keep it straight. For some reason, it's always hard in this one. Want to build up to about 75 knots there. And then just comes up. I love flying the Bonanza. Gear up. It is one of the easier planes to fly. And that's true in both 2020 and 2024. But it is an add-on plane. You don't get it for free. Here's what it looks like from right here. Beautiful day. Fly over Brazil. But we have a path to follow. Okay, so yeah, we're not getting points of interest visually on the screen today, but that's just how we're just going to deal with it. So we might not be able to find those other little weird ones that were out here. There's some like observatory or something. If we head down that way, it's not important to me. We'll just go. Maybe we might fly around this area a little bit though after we see the thing that we came for. We're probably going to get a frequency change warning there. All right. So now that we're up in the air, I'm going to trim back to 0 here. There we go. Wait, trim is so sensitive on this. There we go. Trim 0. There we go. Check our speed. Oh, yeah. We're going too fast. Engine down there. I'm messing with my mixture control so that we're not wasting gas. Also, the propeller. You really want that to be in a very efficient realm and not necessarily maximum. Oh, turn right here. Get to where we're supposed to go. Follow navigation. Put our EFB here. It'll show us our flight path. It's not very far. It's like 2 miles. All right. But yeah, I do want to do some operations out of England, like some of those RAF bases, and in the Spitfire. But we got to switch to Microsoft 2020. Hey, Rory, how you doing? Good to see you. Are you back from vacation? Are you still on vacation? How was your vacation? Ah, Diet Coke. I couldn't see about it. All right, I like the kind of interesting colors though. It's always you get a lot of reds and greens in Brazil for some reason. But again, I saw what it's called, Moinho Povos Unidos, but I don't speak. Oh, you're going on Sunday? Oh, cool. Well, I'll be having a good time on your vacation. I don't really know what it is, so it'll be a mystery that hopefully we can solve. It'd be nice if the points of interest were. We're gonna head back this area when we come to the point of interest. Okay, all right, it's a little further ahead. We'll come back this way and see if there's anything to see. It'd be nice if the points of interest were on your EFB book here, or were searchable in the same way, so I didn't have to leave the game. But it is what it is. At least, again, I have a nice way of ensuring that we're going to get to the specific destination I'm looking for. What's our speed? 138. Does it have one of those posted? Sometimes they're on the sun visor. It's not on the sun visor. Sometimes there's a speed card, of various different knots, and cruise is one of them. And I'm sure it is around here, but like sometimes it's down there. Do not turn the strobe lights on, or is it right in front of you? Like, what are these? I don't know. Magnetic compass rest, my property. These are cool little messages. You went to the beach. Nice. I like the beach. People like beaches. At various times in my life, I've lived quite near very lovely beaches, like in Hawaii. And I took advantage of it, but I feel like I've got the beach lifestyle checked off. But as far as working for me, can't really live. We do have some people that work in my company, like above me, who were working in the beach. No, I lived in Hawaii, but the point is, even recently, we found out that some of our high-level managers were sending emails from the beach with their laptop computers, which is fine, except they weren't in Hawaii. They were in Mexico. It's cheaper. But it's a security risk, so they got fired. So because they didn't tell, they were using a VPN to make it look like they were still in Atlanta, but they were in Mexico. And these are pretty high-level managerial types. I think I mentioned this before, but yeah, they got the can. All right, we're about, 3 miles away. I want to make sure we stay nice and low so that we get into our magical parachutes and jump out and have a look. We won't have too far to drop. But it's a nice terrain. I mean, it wasn't what I was expecting. I was kind of expecting a little more city, but it's quite agronomical, agricultural, agronomic to me. Which is, a lot of the countryside's going to be that way. Looks like we're heading to another city area up here. I'm kind of wondering whether what we're actually going to is an airport. Now that I look at it, we'll have to see. I mean, that's definitely the destination I set, and I don't know. I follow the point of interest. Now, again, the game is supposed to put point of interest invisibly, and it works about 50% of the time, maybe 40. But yeah, we're gonna see what there is there when we get there. But now I'm almost thinking it's an airport. Okay, we're almost there. Again, I don't really see anything in the distance. Everything in the close distance. It's going to be right here. Whatever it is. Like where this tower is here. We're going to check it out. I mean, apparently this is something they've added to the game quite recently. And again, I didn't see what it was. I mean, maybe it is specifically this tower. Is it like... Okay, it's a little ahead. This is... Oh, I remember now. Oh, now I remember seeing it on the thing. Okay, it all makes sense now. It's this windmill. now that I see it, I'm like, oh, duh. I mean, you know, they showed it in the thing. All right. And they showed it in the little video promoting thing. But the cool thing is the in-game asset has that moving part to it, which not many things do. But there are some. There's like a water wheel in Scotland. It says Povos Unidos, Año 2008. All right, so it's been there forever. Not. But, you know, obviously you park there, you look at the windmill, you come, maybe go to the museum, you put up with the other tours, you hang out with the people who enjoy driving a Crown Vics. Oh, wait a minute, there's not a single Crown Vic in this lot. Oh, no, there it is. The Crown Vics have their own lot. And then I think there's a Mustang. Or it's like a Camaro? I don't know. Then you got your, one of those, oh, that's a nice one. Do we see this all the time? Yeah, if it's your GTA, we're going to steal this one. Alrighty. And then, yeah, no, it's this. It's cool. And it's obviously a beautiful model with lots of cool textures. We're going to get right up and close and personal. And maybe this was imported from, you know, Holland or somewhere. But wow, very detailed. I like it. All right, that's what we came to see. I thought it'd be something maybe a little less or more, but it is what it is. All right, I'm going to fly around a little bit more. I want to go south this way. If we look at the EFB here and we zoom out a bit, look at our EFB map, you see there's a cluster of things here and a cluster of things here. And I think there's some assets here. I mean, by assets, I mean something, you know, some specialized building like that that's based or that has moving parts or something. But I don't know. It looks like, I guess it's fun. I don't necessarily think that's, you know, I'm going to get in a plane and travel 1,000 miles to see a windmill. We have one in San Francisco, by the way, out by Ocean Beach there in the park, in our Golden Gate Park. It's still there. They always talk about taking it down, but it's an actual windmill that they, you know, bought and imported from Holland. It's not a model. It's a full-size windmill. But yeah, we're going to go here, and then we're going to head south, and then we'll probably just fly in here around here. Yeah, oh yeah, you know, yeah, just windmills in America aren't that rare, you know. That is a really cool looking one, though. I mean, it's very detailed. But it's not like you can go inside and check out the interior or that there's anything to see inside. Well, I want to see what's going on here. There's like these circles probably indicate helicopter landing spots. But there might be something interesting up here, so we're going to look at it. And then we're going to head south to those other circles, which are, again, it's a city. All right, so we got one down. We got the Moinho Povos Unidos, which is a windmill. I guess Moinho is Portuguese for windmill, because then it said Povos Unidos on it, which means united something, but I think, you know what I'm saying. I'm just trying to guess language stuff. I'm not trying to learn, this is pretty. I'm not trying to learn Portuguese here. But I'm thinking whatever else was like some kind of cool, you know, point of interest was this here. I don't know what, it's some kind of science institution, like some kind of radio observatory, I think, or something like that. And it's this cluster of towers. I don't know. Maybe that's where they make towers, and that's their storage facility. I don't know. That can't be right. Anyway, all right, let's head this way. It's a beautiful day for flying. One of my faves, the V-tail Bonanza, and one of my favorite colors is this chrome and green color. I mean, this is gorgeous. All right, we got some Factorias here, perhaps. We got some farmland, but we're gonna fly down to this kind of area down here. It's a little bit more city down here, I think. About 10 miles ahead. Got plenty of gas. But yeah, we'll see if I can find that thing. I looked at Palmas, but I didn't look at, and I looked at Das Palmas, which now that I think about it, it's probably wrong. Or I can go back to the YouTube video and see if I wrote it down wrong. It's quite likely. But yeah, my curiosity is engaged. So after this flight, we got plenty of time. You know, I I may do a nice long flight today just because I do enjoy just the flying part. All right, I don't need this up because we know where we're going. We're following the road. Nice low altitude. Gorgeous day. Again, I appreciate these kind of that Sobo Studio adds these kind of specific places to find that are of interest. You know, once you visit them, you don't have to visit them again, but it's really fun to kind of hunt them down. And yeah, some of the ones that we haven't gone to yet are not the small buildings, but are just like some park or a mountainous area, or, or hiking zone, or I don't know, you know what I mean. This is interesting here. Looks to me like this is a toll road, and you gotta both directions, and you gotta stop and pay the toll. Well, that is what it is. That's not it looks to me situation. But it's funny, we don't have a lot of toll roads in America. America is kind of nice. That's a freeway. But Europe and a lot of other countries, you'll find a lot of these major highways are toll roads. Florida has some that are in the East Coast. You know, and sometimes it's because they're effectively built by a private contractor and not the state, and that's how they make their money. Illinois has a lot of toll roads. Yeah, I mean, it just annoys me because it takes long. You know, you're stopping and starting in the middle of the road. But California, no. California, kind of the land of the freeway. People wonder why is it called a freeway. When I was a kid, it's like, oh, let's go on the freeway. What's free about it? Well, you don't have to pay to get on it. Well, no shit. Because I'd never been on a toll road. You know, obviously, they're all free. Then you get on a toll road and you're like, wait, why are we stopping here? To pay to use the road. Wait a minute, why are we stopping again? Yeah, we went another 10 miles. We got to pay again to use the road. What? There's got to be a better way. All right, I think we're heading where I want to head, but I better double check. Oh, yeah. Okay, so yeah, this is this area here. All right, we're going to keep heading this way here. Yeah, you can see there's a city up ahead. We're going to take a look at it. Some kind of a city, not a big, huge city. We'll fly around a bit, and then we're going to land on the runway, the other way we came. Oh, yeah, I can imagine, as I say. But, you know, it is what it is if that's the way the society wants to pay for the roads. I mean, the good thing about it is not everyone is paying. If it is a public thing, not everyone is paying for the road. People who don't use the road aren't paying for the upkeep for the road. You know what I'm saying? Only, you know, so it is a use tax. It's just not collected efficiently. Now, in California, we do have not toll roads, but we have toll lanes, interestingly, right? And probably other places in America. So it's not a toll road, but if you get in a left lane, it's going to cost you more, and we have these digital things that bill us automatically. So it's exactly the same as a toll road in that if you don't want to pay, you don't have to go in that lane. You could stay. There's a free section and a paid section, but the paid section is going to be faster. And you can pay for that, right? But it's like every 2 miles, you're going to get another $1 charge or something. And there's electronic signs that show how much it will be. But that's really good. There's no toll booths. You don't have to slow down. You don't stop. You can make the decision if you're not in a hurry, you don't have to pay. It's obviously a more advanced system than having these toll booths. But we're California. I think we're probably actually maybe a little ahead of the world. And those same toll systems work for all of our toll bridges, which are much more common because we got the Golden Gate Bridge is a toll bridge, and the Bay Bridge is a toll bridge. And the other bridges that go across the bay are toll bridges. But if you have your little fast pass, it's all automatic. All right, this is what I meant by the city, I think. That's it. It's right here. Okay. Pretty much. While there might be some interesting points of interest, it's pretty big. It goes for a ways here. We're just going to land. I want to say, we're going to find at least one more point of interest that we haven't seen before. Flaps down. All right, we got plenty of room here. We're going to make a nice line up to the airport that we just took off from because it's pretty much the biggest one. It's in this area here. That's what it looks like from here. It's kind of just ahead of this kind of green area here. But again, I don't like to skip the landings or the takeoffs, and especially the cold starts, because they're, you know, a fun, challenging part of the game. Very technical, especially with these. You got to remember to do things like put your mixture forward for landing. Mixture, that's it, that red one there, but not necessarily a propeller. Okay, we're using that. Okay, there's the runway, which is good to know. Once you see the runway at this point, definitely want some flaps down. Maybe a little more flaps down. And we definitely want to think about getting the gear to come down. You can hear it whine. I love that hydraulic whine. Very realistic. In general, this plane's worth, I think it's a $30 add-on plane, but it's got so much custom stuff. We don't need this up anymore. All right, just going to watch our speeds. We don't want to drop much below 70, but that's not an issue right now. I'm not expecting a lot of side winds because there wasn't a wind before. Let's move a little this way. Slowly reducing throttle so that we're not coming out at, we're at 70. Don't want to land too early here, but oh, a stall warning, which is good. That means we're going nice and slow. We just hit the ground there. Oh. Watch out for side winds, aren't any? All right, very good landing. Flaps up. Very nice landing. Didn't wake the baby. In my opinion. That's the one that matters. Okay, there's some stuff over there. But I think the main airport is what? Over there. Oh, yeah, over there. I don't want to go over the grass because it can hurt your landing gear quite easily. Oh, they got animals running around here. Let's check them out. Animals on the field. Apparently that can happen a lot on some airports. It seems like they're running away from me, which is kind of cool, too. But what are they? I mean, surely they can't run that fast. Kind of cool. Okay, we got some serious... I think they're like bulls. Kind of cool. We got some interesting looking planeage back here. Some bulls running around over there. This is kind of cool. Animals running around the field. That's one thing I like about 2024. You don't get that in 2020. All right, that's on. We're going to switch that to that. We're going to turn off all of these. We're going to turn off those. Battery Master and the magnetos. Blah, blah, blah. We're going to open the Big Mac window and order a Big Mac. There's the only one on that side. We can open the door, but then we're just going to, I think, oh, actually, this door probably, no, it'll just make us leave the, oh, yeah, that one works. Cool. But if we open this door, I think it makes us, no, I don't think it does. Okay. That was a fun little flight. All right. I want to do this. We're going to do this thing here. I think we just need to go to the, yeah, we just want to go to the free flight world map. Now my curiosity is killing me. Let's see if I type it in correctly. Will it give me, yeah, it's still giving me a whole bunch of but maybe if I say beach, no? Yeah, we're still not getting anything for Las Palmas Beach. But I want to show you what it says there. Now I'm curious. Give me a second here, because I want to look again. My curiosity. Oh, my curiosity. It's just going to take me a second to bring this up on YouTube, because I just was looking at it. Let me look at my history. Microsoft Flight Simulator World Update. Okay, I'm going to show this to you. This is what we've been looking at to find these things, and we found that cathedral. We went to Pantanal, the biopark we saw. Okay, I just want to show we've got most of these down here. We saw the Itaipu Dam right away. It was one of the first things we saw. We've been to the stadium that's in the Brasilia area. Yeah, but I just want to show you what it looks like here. We went to the okay, this is what I want to go to today, this cathedral today. So if we don't get to this place I want to go, but here's, we'll get to here. Now this is Sao Paulo. Okay, fine. That's just a city. And this is a street in the city, but wait a minute. I think we went here. This we haven't checked out yet. Okay. It's not Las Palmas Beach. It's Das Palmas Beach. I thought it was funny. Das, I think, might, but look how pretty it is. So here's what we're going to do. But again, I can type that in all day, and it's not going to give it to me because it's not listed as a point of interest under that name or whatever. But if I put that in here into Google Maps, let's see if it tells us at least where it is. Or maybe that's just that's a typographical error on their part. Das Palmas Beach, Brazil, because there's a bunch of them. I mean, it just means the palms or those palms or them palms over there. You know what I mean? It's not. Yeah, even here, it doesn't come up with anything. There's Praia de Palmas. Praia, I think, means beach in or is it Ilha? I think it's Praia, Praia. Praia das Palmas Beach. Actually, I think this is it. This looks like it. And I bet I can find it. Oh, it's on an island, though. But it looks like this. It's in a cove on an island. Ooh. I wonder if I could find it from that. First of all, that's a hint right there. Hold on a second here. Hold on. Wrong. Okay, hold on a second here. Get rid of this. Okay. So I have a couple things I want to try. I want to do, so PR, what is it? AIA, Das Palmas. Does that give me anything? No. And if I just do Das Palmas, that, or no, that's without the, I need the S. Yeah, it's not going to find anything. And again, this just has too many results, right? No. No, or there's no results. That way, man, but now it's fucking up. Hold on a second. There should be results. But I think I broke it. No results for Das Palmas. That doesn't make sense because there were before. Or maybe there weren't. All right, so here's what I'm going to try. Manual search based on comparing it to what I'm looking at over here in... I have to get a little closer here. Google Maps. Okay, so it's kind of south, but it's north of Sao Paulo. Which is fuck where? Okay, it's like these little islands. Where is it? I bet you I can find it this way, because I'm looking at the maps over here. Is it around? No. A little further north than that. Okay, that's Sao Paulo. Perfect. Yeah, okay, so here's where we're going. This is, in my opinion, what it looks like and what it's supposed to be. So I'm going to set this as an arrival. And we'll see if it looks like that. It could be here too. There's a couple of different places that look like that beach. But at this point, we're on a hunt. So we're going to take off from here. Perfect. In something that can get us up in the air quickly and get us around. And it's going to be easy to fly. We'll just get this up, but we're going to do it from the runway. So we got a little part here. I'm going to see if these beaches look like they're supposed to. I'm sure there's the Las Palmas everything, but again, you saw in the picture, it says Das Palmas Beach, and you could type that in all you want. You're not going to find it, and it's not even something I can find. There's a Praia das Palmas, and I type that in, and it gives you a lot of results because that's Das Palmas. It's Beach of the Palms. But there's also this one here. Oh, there's a couple of Praia das Palmas. There's another one that's northeast. I think we're pretty close to where it's supposed to be. All right. Full juice to the gas. We got flaps. We got, actually we don't want full flaps. We want flaps to about there. We're at takeoff trim. Plane takes a while to get going because those jet engines take a while to build up a boil. But yeah, we'll get going. And then once you do, it's fast. Okay, gear up and flaps up. Is my brakes down? Why is that? Why are they down? That's a problem. That seems like a problem. And it's fine. We'll be fine. All right. Okay, so we got to find the... Uh-oh, my brakes... Oh, it's this thing. Oh, right. There we go. Yeah, okay, it's on my analog control. I forgot. I mapped the brakes to my analog, this analog control, right? But they're not smooth. They're either on or off, I think. Or is it this one? Anyway, I'll figure it out. All right. Okay, so which way do we want to go? We want to go this way. Which way are we heading? Got to click here. All right, we got to make a left turn here. I don't want to hit this... whatever that is there. So we're going to kind of make a little over the ridge turn here. It's quite mountainous. We took it off from here, and we're going to head out towards some of these beaches on the waterfront here, and see if we can find that place that we saw in the guide. But again, it's either this one here, which on the map you look at the EFB, but it could also be up this one up here, which is a ways up here. But fortunately this plane's fast. In fact, let's try not to burn up too much altitude here. So yeah, I don't think it's this one based on the fact that, oh wait, well first of all, we're not there yet. It's not this beach right here. It's the beach back there. But I don't see those cruise ships, and I think that's, it's indicative that those cruise ships were placed there for a reason. One of them was one of those sailing ships. If we get closer and we don't see them, so I'm pretty sure, no, it's not these. These look great. We haven't done a lot of beach combing. I just want to make sure we don't overspeed. We get very fast. But yeah, it still looks great, but I thought maybe that little island might have an occupied beach, but it doesn't. So I'm convinced now that it's north, this direction here. So what we're going to do is build up a little speed and head north. It's going to be like 20 miles, but that's all right. We'll have a little trip up the coast here. This is, again, pretty popular. It's northeast of Sao Paulo. Sao Paulo is going to be southwest of us, so kind of that direction. Oh, good, like good 100 miles. Nope, we're not trimmed for level flight. Let's trim ourselves for level flight. There we go. Trim for level flight here. All right, where are we here? All right, yeah, so we're heading in here, but I'm going to follow the coast. So we're going to make this turn up the northeast here, that direction there. And I think it's a ways. I just want to check out this coastline. It's kind of rugged. It's, it's this combination of really beautiful looking beaches and then these kind of mountainous areas. Like, it might be difficult to, that's where we took off from, by the way, the little airport. So we flew up there, we checked that out. That's not the place we want to go. I mean, it's not, it's definitely a populated area. But again, now that I look at it, this one, the Praia de Palmas, is most likely one. It's a beach. It's got a 4.8 star rating from 119 people. So it is definitely, a place where people stay. So I think you're right. It's the Las Palmas, again, it's called the Praia das or de Palmas. So it's not exactly what I asked for. The Praia das Palmas was back there, right? Yeah, we'll have to figure it out. Okay, but basically, yeah, it's a ways up. How's our plane operating? We're in a good operating regime here. Is this stuff turned on? Alerter, not necessary. Some fours, everything here seems to be operating. Just checking my plane systems. That's all looks good. I just got to figure out which one of my things is operating my my speed brakes. We'll figure that out later. Basically, this plane has flaps and speed brakes, and it's very necessary for landing on the back of the wing. Because otherwise, you're just too fast. It's a very slick plane. As opposed to flaps alone, they would not really do the job. Okay, we're heading away. We got a ways to go here. It's deceptive, but we're heading all the way out here. What is it? Looks like it's about yeah, it's about 10 miles. All right, or 15, I think. So I want to just try to make it so that our nose isn't so light. We get some nice speed going here. We're at 207 knots. Again, that's why I picked this plane. I figured if we're gonna take in some actual distance here, we want to make it at a good speed. Again, these are beautiful beaches, but I think these are probably, you know, very isolated. Nobody's there, no services, can't get to them. We got a boat in. But there sure are a lot of beaches in Brazil. That's for sure. It's a beach-heavy country. You know, I mean, America's got its beaches too, but I think Brazil's got a lot more. A lot of coastline. So I think, yeah, we're heading basically straight ahead, according to this map, is where I'm thinking might be this place, but we'll have to see. But yeah, most of this is you know, I guess there's like little houses here and there. There's definitely a belt road or a coastal road. Try to stay nice and low so we can get a good feeling. It's like a little house there. A couple houses in there. So yeah, I mean, you're kind of in the middle of nowhere, but eventually as we get closer to this area up ahead, I think there's definitely going to be a city, like a coastal city. We'll have to figure out what it is. Yeah, maybe it was back there. The Praia das Palmas. Because, yeah, that's the only one I found that specifically has that naming convention. I don't know. But, yeah, it was a good idea to think maybe I'd written it down wrong. But either that or they, you know, I don't know. They shouldn't make it so hard to find these points of interest. I don't mind, though. Look at all these little cove beaches. Thinking, yeah, it looks like there's a little road down to this beach here so that you can get to. And there's evidence of people making clearings, but not much. Uh-oh. Wee. Hard things dead ahead. Let's stay in the soft thing, the air. That's what it looks like behind us. And that's what it looks like out this side here. And there's a big Atlantic Ocean there. A long way till you hit Africa. Okay, we got another 10 miles to go. 1, 2, yeah, about 10 miles. But we're going fast. Actually, we're going a little too fast here. 226 knots. Yeesh. But again, and that would, in a little plane like this, that would, you know, that would feel really fast. 226 knots. Because, you know, most of the time you're on a propeller plane, you're doing under 150. And 150 feels fast. But again, that's why I picked it. There's definitely an occupied beach there, I mean, and a resort kind of thing there. Beautiful, like, Bay Cove. But I bet these beaches are just fantastic when the weather's nice, and the weather looks nice today. Remember, it's the southern hemisphere, so they have the opposite seasonal things going on there. So the place I'm thinking of is kind of on the far side of what looks like an island, but it's kind of an isthmus here. But we'll see. We'll explore that other side there. There's definitely a bunch of beautiful beaches. But the thing that I think will make it be correct is if we can find the place where they have those cruise ships. It's not just a beautiful beach, but we'll see. Because these are all beautiful beaches, but I haven't seen any cruise ships parked in front of them. And you wouldn't expect to. Because why bother? Well, that's the highest part dead ahead of us. We're not going to go that way. We'll go this way. Stay nice and low. Or lower. Beautiful day to be flying around this part of the world, in my opinion. Of course, we can always make it beautiful. Oh, good question, by the way. I always like to double check. Did I turn live weather back on? I didn't. Yeesh. Hey, Pilgrim, how you doing? I was like, oh, it's a beautiful day. All right, still a beautiful day, but not as clear. Okay, so this represents the actual live weather. It's close enough. I mean, it's pretty close. But it's a little hazier and a little cloudier, which would be realistic, I think. Yeah, so I don't know. One of these beaches down here, I don't see any cruise ships. Where would it be? I'm looking at my Google Maps. Praia das Palmas, right? And then there's a Praia de Palmas. Oh, and that's... Oh, it's a little further. Okay. Alright, it's further. It's this island up ahead. I'm having a good time. I mean, it's this one here. And it's on the far side of this island. Alright, let's keep flying. I think I feel good about it. Well, I don't feel great about it, but it could be a destination. And in general, come on, this is a gorgeous flight. Look at this. Oh, that's great. You know what I mean? But yeah, there's this island here. Okay, we're almost there. Like another 5 minutes of wasted time. And then, according to my map, there is a Praia de Palmas, which would definitely be big enough and popular enough to host cruise ships. But we're going to have to find it. I wonder if Milo's going to stream again. Is she on? I mean, she streamed like 12 hours and like 8 hours in, but maybe she's going to China. I think one of the things is, as she streams, is that right while she's traveling. Yeah, when's she coming home? Well, that's the other thing. I mean, last time I saw her, she sounded like she was starting to get a little tired of living out of hotels, But there's a lot of stuff to see. She it's not, she has money so that she can afford to stay there as long as she wants. And it's, she's got all her IRL streaming gear, which is really cool that she can do that, I was telling her that, it's like, you have to stream at night because, for one thing, your audience is here in America. That's the daytime for us. And the other thing is it's 80 degrees, it's humid and 90 degrees during the day, and you just don't want to be out in it. And then it's humid and only 80, 75 degrees, 78 degrees at night. That's as cold as it gets. So she's been out at night. Yeah, she was talking a little bit about, I think she was enjoying the traveling, and she obviously is doing a good job at it. And she is very sweet. But yeah, she's very sweet. I think it's very human to want to have a home base where you can have your own bed and establish it. And I think there's an attraction to living out of hotels, but we really have to get a long way here. Get from there to there. It's not a long way though. I mean, we're moving. I think it's on the other side, kind of this. It's on an island on this other side. That's where I want to explore. We're almost there. I think it's very human to want to have a home. Not to be traveling forever. And I don't think that was her intention. But she doesn't have a place to come back to. She has to establish a new home somewhere. And I don't think she's necessarily decided where it's going to be anyway. The main thing she talks about, she meets people all the time on her travels, and they say, well, what are your plans? And she gets a little huffy about it and says, basically says, why do I have to have plans? Who has plans? Why do I, she doesn't, she's a little defensive about it, but basically she's, in general, she's like, I don't want to have a plan. I want to be able to do whatever comes up whenever it comes up. And that is living the life. You know what I mean? But people expect her to have a plan. People are like, really, you don't have any plan? Well, not really. She's got a few things planned for the next few days ahead, or she'll know the next hotel that she needs to stay at. But other than that, nope, no plan. And I think that's great, but I mean, I think it's human to kind of want to have a little bit more structured life every now and then. And I think she's learned. She was in Colorado, living in the van, down by the river, the South Platte River. Oh yeah, right. I was telling her it was 80 degrees in Bangkok, and I looked up the temperature in Greeley where she lived, and she told everyone she lived there, by the way. And it was 36 degrees in Greeley Fahrenheit. I mean, it could get cold for long periods of time. Even it snowed like crazy, and she's living in an uninsulated camper. I just think that's great. Now she's living in a place where it's just too hot to go out during the day, every single day. And that's not going to change. So there's a bunch of more beautiful beaches here, but the one I'm looking for is on the other side of this ridge here. So that's why I'm kind of pushing it. We're trying to get somewhere. But we are getting near as fast as this plane wants to go. And so I don't want to go too much faster. Yeah, I mean, no, it's fun it's fun to stay in a hotel, for sure. Well, but the point is, yeah, well, I mean, her living out of a van by the river, her lifestyle actually was I think it was very aspirational. I mean, there's plenty of people who would have traded places with her. Living in Bangkok, with no home to, after selling everything you have, giving up your animals and your pets, giving up, there's somebody else living in her place where she was. She can't live there anymore. And literally having no fallback plan is brave, really. But it just indicates that she was really done living in Colorado. I just think, she'll be doing this. And the thing is, she's doing really well on Kick. And it seems like Kick really encourages streamers to do this thing, to do IRL Asia. It's like Kick's one of Kick's specialties, I think, effectively. All right, so I'm looking on the other side. There's a bunch of little coves here. But what I'm looking for is a beautiful beach that might have a... where would it be if it's Praia de Palmas? It's actually to the right here, but I just want to cover this little area. But according to my maps, at least, this island is populated. There's a bigger city over here, this direction here, that over there. But I don't know if we want to check it out. Okay, so I don't see a beach there. That's fine. It's up here. As I say, so non-traditional types of life can work really well for streaming, opportunities. Okay, this is not the beach that I'm looking for. Well, it is, but it's a cool beach. Yeah, I mean, it was, it just the freezing solid part. And in the summer, it can get very hot too. It's not like it's just a lot of extremes, temperature extremes. But I don't know. I mean, she's from Oklahoma, so maybe she'll go back there. But, it's a little tiny town down there. But what I'm looking for is marked on the map and is right here. And now that I'm looking for it, it's definitely not that place. So, and I can see it's just too small. Is it this one? Yeah. This is Praia de Palmas right there. So it's really small. I don't see any major. There is a resort there. It's pretty, but I don't think it's specifically the one that they added. There's some boats in there. Really gorgeous. All right. Well, again, the issue is not that we didn't do a good job looking for, we didn't try our hardest to find the new asset, and it looks great what we saw. But yeah, there's all these little cove beaches here that just look like be a lot of fun to swim around in. Probably perfect water temperature and everything. And, you could probably find very private ones. All right, well, as you guys know, I love the landing. So we're going to land. There's a couple airports that aren't too far. We got an airport that's less 10 miles away here. I just got to remember, okay, which one of these things has my brakes on it? Yeah, okay, that's it. And it's just, oh, okay. Ah, perfect. Okay, got it. All right. So I can operate them in analog fashion. Perfect. All right. Now I feel confident that we can land. Actually, let's land over here. It's a little further. This SDIL. It is called Fazenda Pedra Branca, which I think is a place name, effectively. But it's a nice long runway, which is good because we're a jet. Where are we? Hello. And it will allow us to kind of fly over the city here. But so anyway, so the point is Milo hasn't been streaming in 2 days, but I think it's because she's in the midst of traveling. And while actually, until she kind of gets checked into another hotel, she won't be able to stream, until she kind of gets her base. By the way, we talk on Instagram, we DM occasionally, not all the time, but sometimes. And if she were in trouble or needed anything, she'd let me know. She's doing fine. But yeah, I'd get alert. I'd get an Insta alert. Yeah, no, I mean, I think it's obviously extremely helpful for her to know that she's got people behind her. She's not just an independent person deciding to drop everything and go to Thailand, but she knew people. She effectively knows people there. There's people there who know her already as a streamer, and then she knows people like me who are kind of supportive financially of her decisions to have an adventure. I always like to see people have an adventure and do stuff and get out of their comfort zones and so it's really exciting for me that she's traveling, because she was talking about it for a long time, and sometimes you wonder, are these the kind of people who talk about things and then don't do them, or are they the kind of people who talk about things and do them? There's a big difference, and she definitely is a person who gets things done. She figures out how to get it done, and that's really amazing. Not everyone is resourceful. I like that we're flying through some clouds. Okay, there's a city. So I said there's more of a city area down here. There's another airport there, but I want to land at this bigger one. It's a little further up. Let's see. Kind of see here what it looks like there. We're going to kind of keep flying over this area here. We're really hitting max speed here. But the plane is performing very nicely. Yeah, it is friendly to Americans. It's two things. One is you can get a visa, I think, like a 90-day or more, 180-day visa, I think. For like pretty basically automatically. There's a little airstrip down there, but we're not going to land on that one. You can kind of see it. And the other thing is everyone speaks English. It's pretty amazing. I mean, it's really, really, of all the Asian countries, apparently it's the one that has the most English where people speak English routinely, like in the shops and everything. And I was always amazed because I'd see Boyfly, who's a Thai person, going and talking to people to Thai people at the McDonald's and ordering food, and it's all done in English. It's like it's the preferred normal language. They do speak Thai, and they use it for like formal settings. Okay, I've started putting these brakes down a little bit here. But for non-formal settings, like informal settings, like ordering food at a restaurant, they all use English. I don't know why. But they all speak Thai. It's just they don't necessarily use it, again, unless it's kind of a formal setting. Okay, there I see our airport over there. We're going to reduce power here. We're going to start bringing the flaps down. I got my speed brakes down to about 50% there. There we go. Keep the engines on a boil because we're going to need them. Okay, we're starting to slow down, which is good. There's this airport. Oh, I lose a lot of altitude, so give it a little more brake and flap. Let's talk about putting the. Oh yeah, okay. Now for the well, but in Asia it isn't everywhere. Okay, full braking, full flaps. Okay, when you get slow enough, the gear will pop out, but not until. And that's fine. But you see, we've got to lose a lot of altitude here. So basically, I'm idling the engines. This is what it looks like from here. It's kind of it's kind of on a hill. So I got full of those. Full flaps and fully seated. The brakes are on the back. They're basically acting like a sail. Like a vertical sail. And then we can reduce engine power to basically nothing because we're going to glide in at this point. It's a nice long runway, which is good because we're fast. We're going to burn off some speed here. But again, without these, without those brakes on the back of the wings, you wouldn't be able to land even under any under any circumstances. But as it is, we're gonna have to get lose a little speed here. We're doing good. Okay, we got plenty. Yeah, there we go. Nice soft landing. This looks like from here. Very nice. And again, we're getting the graphics are working. I mean, we're not in a heavy city area. Okay, we got full brakes, brake and braking. Is what it looks like from here. More braking. Pretty little rural GA runway here in general aviation. Okay, back wing brakes off. Let's see, it looks like there's a cabbage patch there. I'm going to go down to the buildings over here. Hopefully we'll be okay. We cheat the grass a little bit. Got to be careful in 2024. You can damage your landing gear. We don't want to do that. Go back and see if there's anything interesting at the building at the far end there. It's a really pretty little GA runway in the middle of Brazil somewhere. Or it's on the coast, but still. Oh, yeah, sorry. Flaps up so that we don't take off accidentally. Yeah, I think there's some animals down here we want to check out, too. I like that. Somehow in Brazil, it's like standard that there's like livestock on the premises. I don't know how true that is. You'd think they'd wander onto the runways and get hit fairly often. I mean, they don't really even let try to keep large bird populations around most. But yeah, it looks like this is just cattle. Is that a llama there? It's fun. They hear your plane and run away. I'm learning this today. I did not know that they you could spook them by driving up with your plane. That's a first. It's really, I mean, little stuff like that really. So if we get out of the plane here and run over towards the animals, will they chase us? I think there's like a run button, right? No, that's not it. Let me get rid of this here. Run. There. That's the faster one. So we can sneak up on these guys. Is that them there? Yeah. These just cattle, right? There they are. Oh. Chase the cattle. Hello. How you doing, buddy? Can I pet you on the nose? Probably. There's a bunch over there. Oh, he's bolting. I'm fine with it. Let's chase some cattle down all day. It's a beautiful day for running around with cattle. Uh-oh, I just hit some poop. Okay, I just hit the poop. That's fine. They're all different colors. All right, where's our plane? Oh, it's over here. Let me chase this guy into our plane. See if we can do that. There you go. Smash into our plane. Uh-oh. Wait a minute. This isn't good. This is kind of cool, though. What are you going to do, buddy? What are you going to do? It's an airplane. Huh? Huh? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Can I ride you? All right, let's ride around. Giddy up. I'm having too much fun. Unfortunately, I have been having such a good time today. I may not be able to do a musical portion today. But, there's always... I am going to try to stream on Wednesday because I don't have to go to the work area. But unfortunately, I only can stream for like an hour and a half, even on the best days. And I just don't have time to... I was thinking about this. I wasn't sure if I was going to have time to do my musical stream. By the way, if we get in here, I just want to shut things down a little bit. There it is. There it is. That's cool, man. It's got little animations for turning and running away. I don't know, man. I love this game. All right. We open these, and then we can turn those off and shut that down there. And then where's our buttons? Let's see. We really need that on. Lights all go off. There's an instrument power here. Attitude indicator power. Right. Oh yeah, this is the master battery right there. Okay, so now it's all pretty much cooled down. So yeah, it shouldn't be scaring away animals anymore. It'd be cool if they came up Yeah, I know. Yeah, there'll be more musical experiences, but again, yeah, I might be kind of prioritizing for the weekday. The except for Friday, I got plenty of time because I have the whole afternoon off basically. I mean, I'm still looking at my mail from work. It's up right here in my monitor there. If anything was coming up and it was actually important for me to do, I would do it. But I still have to get back to things anyway. But no, that was fun. We saw the Moinhope Povos Unidos, which is a windmill. But did not see the Cathedral of Moringa, which is fine. And we were looking for the Das Palmas Beach. And your guess is as good as mine as to where that is. You know, it's the same thing. There's another one we said which says Amazon River. That was the point of interest. I mean, yeah, Amazon River. It's like 3,000 miles long. You know, where's the point on the Amazon River I'm supposed to go to? There's no way of knowing. But maybe somebody, will find it and publish that information on the forums, and that's how we'll figure it out. Like they'll put coordinates, because you can type in coordinates, by the way. But what I'm talking about is if you go here, and you type Das Palmas Beach, which is what it was said, which is exactly how it said. There's no thing there. And if I type Amazon rainforest, which is how it said, it was pointed out there, it doesn't give me anything there. Not surprisingly. Amazon River? Yeah, I mean, it would show. All right. You get that point. Okay, so I'm going to say goodbye. I'm not going to really rate anyone. It's a fun short stream today, but as I say, I had a great time flying around some of my favorite planes, and I think it's a good chat. We're going to do some more of this stuff on Wednesday, and I should have time to do some musical stuff too, but who knows? All right, going to run my ender, and thanks for coming by. I really appreciate it, everyone. See you next time.